I firmly believe that Shakespeare is heavily overrated and Playboy Cardi's writing is far superior to his. It's really just one of the facts of the universe about as definite as like 1 + 1 = 2 and all that circadian rhythm calculus type things. So I've prepared some Cardi quotes and some Shakespeare quotes, and it will really help you realize how far Cardi is ahead lyrically of Shakespeare. I'll start with Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. So this is basically just saying the world is a thing and people are inside of it. So like that's some straight bullshit. Like he's not really saying anything really. He's just saying that men and women are part of the world and the world is the world. Because I guess he's comparing the world to theater, which is kind of lame. That's kind of giving theater a little bit too much credit. And like, yeah, men and women are merely players because we are players in the world because we are people. Like, what? Um, Transitioning over to Playboy Cardi. Um, um, okay, for Playboy Cardi, we have "Oh My God, He a Goon" on Mojo Jojo off of Vine Music. Now, let me explain the lyrical depth in this because some casual listeners maybe wouldn't be able to understand it. Let's break it down. There is a man that is not Cardi. That is a goon. And goon can mean multiple things. Gooning is, of course, beating your chicken, but it could also mean being like a nobody, being lesser. And Cardi expresses his surprise, or perhaps, I guess, just disallowance of this person by saying, "Oh my God," or surprise. So essentially, he's saying he doesn't really value people who either stroke their chicken or are kind of a lesser human and don't live their own life. They live their own lives in service of others instead of serving themselves, you know what I'm saying? So this just displays Cardi's maturity and way to show complex messages through only 6 words. It's fascinating. Okay, let's go back to Shakespeare. This quote is uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Now, crowns are kind of a thing of the past. Um, because that's when Shakespeare's living and he's not meta anymore. I like hypothetically speaking. So I'm not sure if you know this, but crowns were usually made of like a metal, sometimes gold. And if you guys don't know, gold is a little heavy. So yeah, if I was wearing a gold crown on my head would lie uneasy because that's a lot of weight on your head. It doesn't make any sense really. He's just pointing out the obvious and we all just glaze him for it. And I think it's a real problem that needs to be discussed. And I hope I'm doing this topic some justice through this video. Um, okay, next Cardi lyric. I got me some thoughts. They thought I was gay. This comes from New Tank off of his album Whole Lotta Red. Now let's just dissect this. So we know Cardi is in possession of some thoughts, and that they thought he was of the homosexual variety, right? But this really displays Cardi's overwhelming aura and able to attract the female race, hypothetically, because though they thought he was homosexual and not interested in their kind, that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. He still got, as he said, got me some thoughts. He got himself some thoughts. That really just shows that he transcends normal gender norms and he pushes past those barriers, and that's really just inspiring. Okay, last Shakespeare quote, probably the most popular one, and one of the stupidest. To be or not to be, that is the question. So essentially, what he's saying is, are you or are you not? And that is the question. Now, this is stupid because it's not saying anything, it doesn't mean anything. I don't think that is the question out of every question. What's the most important one? It's probably not that. It's probably like, I don't know. Um, Probably like, I don't know, fucking Drake or Kendrick. Uh, it's to be or not to be is definitely not the question. To be is to exist, and everything exists, so that's not really a hard question to solve. I can tell Shakespeare when he wrote that with his fucking ink on his feather, he really thought he was doing something. He wasn't, though. It's sad to see this quote used so much when it really just doesn't mean anything. Okay, um, last quote from Playboy Cardi. Lamborghini parked outside. It's purple like lean. This is also from New Tank off of Whole Lotta Red. And this is actually a very smart simile. Now, lean is a little bit niche for the pedestrians roaming this earth. Let me just do some research right now. What is lean made of? It can be referred to as purple drink. You notice how he referenced that in the lyric. And lean is also used combining typically Sprite and the codeine found in a cough syrup. And cough syrup is typically purple, which gives it its purple coloring. And lean is something Cardi and other Opium associates reference many times in their songs as kind of tying back to the family of Opium and his relationships with his people and his environment. And Lamborghini parked outside. Well, how would Cardi know the Lamborghini's parked outside if it wasn't him? If it wasn't his Lamborghini? So we can already tell Cardi is flaunting his wealth, but in a sensible way that gives it more elegance and ties it back to family values, as Cardi's lyrics always do. I want to give a shout out to feature on a Cardi song, but I also think it's a good lyric that helps demonstrate this even further. Just like that, Cardi, which is an ad lib from Kendrick Lamar on Mojo Jojo, again off of iMusic, and it really just shows that Cardi has no room to be anything but perfect. Just like that, Cardi, that there is no ad lib that comes before the ad lib that's like, that's not it, Cardi. It's just like that, Cardi. There is no room for error or flaw. Cardi does everything perfectly. He initiates whatever he wants to do perfectly with little to no flaw. And that's something that's extremely great about Cardi, and he represents that through his lyrics all the time. So I just think it's beautiful, quite frankly. Hopefully this video gave some insight to the non-believers in this world of Cardi's dominance over the lyrical space for the the millions of years, billions of years that the Earth has existed. No one can top him, really. Just a gift to the Earth. Yeah. If you like this video, consider subscribing. If you didn't like this video and disagreed with what I was saying, please educate yourself and find a job. Okay, bye.